Alright people, so we are going to bring you this new video on ray optics again, and this will be approximately the fourth video that we are going to upload on our site, and request you to go through all the videos because it gives you a very clear conception about the various aspects of ray optics, especially in terms of reflection of plane mirrors. We are going to start with some concepts like what happens when the mirror moves, or when the object moves with respect to the mirror, or when the mirror moves with respect to the object, or when both move with respect to each other. Okay, so we are talking about the velocity aspect here, and we will also deal with spherical mirrors and their concepts. So a lot to be covered and a lot to be actually catered to. So attention is what is required and practice is what is demanded. Okay, so now we will talk about without wasting much of your valuable and precious time, so we'll talk about the reflection phenomena in terms of velocity of the object. So if the object is moving, what will be the velocity of the image? So if I happen to draw it vector wise, let's say this is basically the x-axis, okay, and let's say this is basically the y-axis, okay, and let's say this is along the z-axis. Okay, so we have different axes, and let's say the mirror is kept in this plane. So just to give you a heads up here, the mirror is kept something like this. Okay, the mirror is kept like this. Why is this coming here? Okay, so why is there a confusion at the start of the day? So we have the mirror placed like this. Okay, so this will be basically the surface of the mirror, which is placed along, let's say, the z-axis. Let's name this to avoid confusion. We have the y-axis here, we have the x-axis here, and we have the z-axis here. Okay, so the mirror is kept, let's say, along the z-axis. Now let's say we have the object somewhere here, and because we always tend to take the object on the left hand side. Okay, so let's say we are making the object move here. Okay, object is moving, let's say, in this direction. Okay, so if I or rather let's say object is moving, let's say we take the object to be moving in this direction. Let's say the object is moving in this direction. Okay, so the component of velocity along this direction will be this one. Okay, so and obviously the component of velocity along this one will be this. Okay, and we will have a component of velocity along the z-axis. Okay, we will have the component of velocity along different axes. So let's say this is the velocity of the object, with respect to mirror, So obviously what will happen this way, let's say if I happen to change the color here for the image, what will happen is that the image will start to move in this direction. Obviously the image will start to move in this direction, and the object along the x-axis is moving in this direction. Okay, so along the z-axis, or along the y-axis it is moving in this direction, along the z-axis it is moving in this direction, and if happens to be there along the z-axis it will move in this direction. or rather this direction, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's look at this now. Okay, if I happen to calculate, let's say if this is, let's say this is the velocity of the image with respect to the mirror. Okay, velocity of the image with respect to the mirror. Let's say this is the velocity along the x-axis, velocity along the y-axis, and velocity along the z-axis. Velocity along the x-axis, velocity along the y-axis, and velocity along the z-axis. Okay. Okay. So these are basically the different factors here. Okay. So now, if I happen to take x which is basically the displacement along the x-axis. Okay, x with respect to, so let's say we have kept the object here and I'm so sorry here. So let's say we are moving the object here. So the object is moving with respect to the mirror. So if I look at the displacement along the x-axis, it will be just opposite. Pay careful attention here. If I am talking about this displacement, obviously the object is moving along this, but if I happen to take the displacement along the x-axis, very clearly the movement of the object with respect to the mirror along the x-axis is negative of the movement of the image with respect to the mirror along the x-axis. Okay, now let's look at the movement along the y-axis. So movement of the object along the y-axis, so let's take this as y. Let's take this as y. So obviously movement of the object along the y-axis, if you notice, if it is moving like this, the image will also move like this. So there is no relative displacement between the two. So this will be equal to this movement of the image along the y-axis. Are we clear on this? On the x-axis, if it is moving, then on the x-axis it will move like this. Okay, so hence we have a negative out here. But along the y-axis, if it is moving along this, so it will run parallelly and it will be equal in magnitude as well. Along the z-axis, if the object is moving along the z-axis, so object moving along the z-axis, this will also be the same. So these two are going to be the same. If it is moving, if I talk about this velocity, obviously it will be moving along the same. So differentiating, if I happen to differentiating with respect to t, all of these, then what will we get is velocity of object with respect to mirror is minus of velocity of image with respect to mirror, velocity of along the x direction. So let's say along the x-axis, this will be the case. Along the y-axis, velocity of object with respect to mirror will be equal to velocity of image with respect to mirror along the y-axis. Velocity of object with respect to mirror along the z-axis will be velocity of image with respect to mirror along the z-axis. So these are basically the things that we have to cater to. Okay, so hence these are the respective velocities that we have to basically cater to. Now if the mirror is moving, then what? If the mirror is moving, so let's expand this. This means what? Velocity of the object minus velocity of the mirror minus velocity of the image minus velocity of the mirror. That's all that we have to do. Obviously these two remain the same. This is velocity of the, now if I have to add more to this, so velocity of the object, here we are taking the reference point as the ground, minus velocity of mirror with respect to ground will be equal to minus velocity of image with respect to ground minus velocity of mirror with respect to ground along the x-axis. So this is an important relationship. Now all we need to understand is that the movement can take place in any of the axes. This is not a standard formula out here. The movement can take place along the y-axis, the movement can take place along the z-axis. So the mirror, it depends upon which axis is the mirror kept. If the mirror is kept along the z-axis, then obviously this will be applicable to the z axis, and this will also be applicable to the z axis, and this will also be applicable to the z axis, and these will be applicable to the respective x and y axes, and henceforth with y axis as well. It all depends upon which axis is the mirror kept along. So if the mirror is kept along the z axis, so obviously what will happen, if the object is moving, the z axis will not change, only the y axis part will change. Okay, so these are things that we have to consider. It depends, the calculation depends upon the axis along which the mirror is kept, So an advisable thing would be, if let's say the mirror is kept somewhere here like this, tilted, neither in the x nor in the y nor in the z, then the advisable thing would be to take that axis as the x axis or the y axis or the z axis. So we can take that axis as the x axis, perpendicular to that will be the y axis, and another perpendicular component will be the z axis. So we have to decide as to how to take the velocity depending upon which axis is the mirror kept along. Okay. Okay, so in continuation with the problems of fixed mirrors and okay, so let's say we have an object here, which is moving, and let's say we have a plane mirror kept here. Let's say the plane mirror is kept here at an angle. How much is this angle coming? Okay, 60, perfect. Okay, so we have this object which is moving. Okay, this is the object which is basically moving at a speed of, let's say, 10 meter per second, and with the plane mirror it is making an angle of 60 degrees. So let's say this is the reflecting surface of the mirror. Okay, what we need to find out is the velocity of the image. Now, as I said, there is no standard form. Is it visible? I am so sorry. Okay. Let me squeeze down a little. Okay, so we have to find out the velocity of the image in this case. So let's look at this. Since the incident ray is making an angle of 60 degree with the plane mirror, obviously the reflected ray will be something like this, and we happen to take its component here. So the reflected ray will be moving something like this, right? It will be moving, let's say, something like this. Okay, this will be moving something like this. Okay, if we happen to draw the normal and all that stuff. Okay, so if I happen to extend this beyond, if I happen to extend this here, let's say extend a little more, and let's say extend this line a little more. Do I need to draw a separate line here? Okay, let's draw a separate line here. Okay, this is the mirror surface. This is basically the mirror surface. We have here m dash, whatever you want to name it. Okay, so this is basically, okay, so the image will be formed somewhere here. Okay, the image will be, let's say, formed somewhere here. The object is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second. So the velocity of the object is 10 meter per second, and the velocity of the image also will be 10 meter per second. Now we will just have to find out the directions in which they are moving. So we can very well say that the magnitude of the velocity of the object will be equal to magnitude of the velocity of the image. This is very much true, because the distance of the object will always be equal to the distance of the image in case of plane mirrors. Okay, so obviously if we happen to differentiate it with time, the velocity of the object will always be equal to the velocity of the image in case of plane mirrors. Okay, now let's look at this. So this is basically angle 60, and if I happen to join this, what will this angle be? Obviously this angle is going to be 60 degrees because this is interior alternate angles. Okay, now look at this. If this is 60, if this is 60, okay, obviously this will be 60, this will be 60. So by default, or let's say 60. So if I happen to calculate this, so by vertically opposite angles, this will be 60. This is vertically opposite angles, so obviously this angle will also be 60. Are we clear on this one? 60, 60, vertically opposite angles, so 60, this will be 60, and hence the remaining angle of the triangle will also be 60. Now this is the velocity. Let's say this is the velocity of the image. This is the velocity of the object. The velocity of the object is in this direction, the velocity of the image is in this direction. Now if I happen to draw the perpendicular components of the velocity, okay, so this is one and this is the other. Let's say this is the other perpendicular components of the velocity. So the velocity of the image, what will be its magnitude? Whatever is the magnitude of the velocity of the object, so that is going to be 10 meter per second. This is just the pure magnitude. Now we will calculate its component. So therefore velocity of the image, now this is moving in this direction, the x component. So this is negative of x direction. So this will be vi cos 60 degrees I cap, vi cos 60 degrees I cap, and similarly it is moving, and this will be minus I cap, actually minus I cap, and similarly vj, or rather vi sin 60 degree j cap, vi sin 60 degree j cap. So let's calculate this here. Vi is how much? 10. Cos 60 will be under root half I cap, this will be minus I cap, plus Vj, that is 10 sin 60 degrees. What will be the value of sin 60 degree? Of course, sin 60, that will be into under root 3 by 2 j cap. So this will be 2 5s are 10, that is minus 5 I cap, 2 5s are 10, that is 5 under root 3 j cap. So this will be minus 5 I cap and minus 5 j cap. That will be the velocity of the image in all aspects. Velocity of the image will be minus 5 I cap plus 5 root 3 j cap. This is the velocity of the image. Okay. All right. People. Okay. So let's say we take another example in which a mirror here is inclined at an angle of, let's say, 60 degrees. Okay, this is basically a mirror which is inclined with the horizontal surface, at an angle of, let's say, 60 degrees. So this is basically an angle of 60 degrees. The object is kept somewhere here. This is, let's say, the mirror. This is the polished surface of the mirror. Now what we have to calculate is the image velocity. This mirror is moving. Let's say I take a figure here. Let's say okay, the velocity of the mirror is 10 meter per second, and that's how the mirror is moving. The velocity of the mirror is 10 meter per second, and that's how the mirror is moving. So we have to basically calculate the image velocity. What will be the image velocity? Okay, so now in order to calculate this, we have to make an initial assumption. Okay, so if we take movement of object with reference to mirror. Understand this, people. Okay, I am keeping the mirror as fixed, which means that the mirror actually is not fixed. The object is fixed here. See, this object is fixed here. Either I take the mirror to be moving towards the object with a speed of 10 meter per second, or I take the object to be moving towards the mirror left hand side with a speed of 10 meter per second. So what I can say here is that the object is moving towards the mirror frame of reference, with a speed of 10 meter per second. This is what we can assume. Okay, so now if I take the object to be moving towards the mirror with a speed of 10 meter per second, what will happen? Obviously if it is moving like this, so there will be an image. The image will be formed somewhere here and at the same angle. So let's say, should I make a clone of it? No. So let's say I take this is basically okay. So this is the image that will be formed here. So this is basically the image. I need to rub because it will create confusion here. So if I am moving this object, the image will be simultaneously, the image will be making an angle of 120 degrees or rather 60 degrees. So this is basically equal to 60 degrees. Okay, so the image will make the same angle with the mirror. The image will make the same angle with the mirror as the object. The image will make the same angle with the mirror as the object. Okay, so now let's calculate this here. So this will be 60 and this will be 60, and also velocity of the image, if I just take the mod value of it, magnitude basically, this will be equal to the velocity of the object, because at all times in a plane mirror, the distance of the image from the mirror is equal to the distance of the object from the mirror. Differentiating it with respect to time, we will always get the velocity of the image with respect to mirror as equal to the velocity of the object with respect to the mirror. Now let's say I take this object here. So this is basically the image. Now let's look at its components out here. Okay, so if I happen to create its components, this is one component and the other component will be in this direction. Okay, the other component will be in this direction. So velocity of the image will be equal to the velocity of the image magnitude. And what is the magnitude? Basically this is 10 meter per second. Okay, the velocity of the object has a magnitude of 10 meter per second because the mirror is moving in that direction. Velocity of the image and let's say this is 60 degrees. Okay, so what will this value be? Obviously 60. So if I happen to draw this, if I happen to extend this, let's say if I happen to extend this, this will obviously be 60. This angle, look at this angle. Okay, this angle will be 60. So obviously by interior alternate angles, this will be 60 as well. Okay, so if I take this, so along the x-axis, it is moving in a positive direction. So velocity of the image this is the velocity of the image. So this will be Vi cos 60 degrees and I cap, Vi cos 60 degrees and I cap, okay, plus Vi sine 60 degrees, but this is moving in this direction, so this is the minus j direction, minus j cap. So this will be how much? Vi we know is 10, Vi we know is 10, and cos 60 we know is 1 by 2 I cap minus 10 into under root 3 by 2 j cap. So that's going to be 5 I cap minus 5 under root 3 j cap. This is going to be the velocity of the image. Now understand this, that the velocity of the image, assuming that the mirror is stationary. So in this, if I have to add velocity of the image with respect to the mirror, so velocity of the image with respect to the mirror will be equal to the velocity of the image plus the velocity of the mirror. Okay, this is just pure velocity of the image. Here our assumption is that the mirror is fixed and the object is moving. So this is the velocity of the image. So if I happen to calculate the velocity of the image with respect to the mirror, this will be the velocity of the image plus the velocity of the mirror. So what is the velocity of the image? That is 5 I cap minus 5 under root 3 j cap, which we have already calculated, and the velocity of the mirror, which is how much? 10 I cap. Velocity of the mirror is in this direction, it is just plainly moving in this direction, 10 I cap. So therefore velocity of the image with respect to the mirror will be 15 I cap minus 5 under root 3 j cap. This is the value that we have to find out. This is the value basically that we need to find out. Okay. Alright, so till now we have taken examples when we have either moved the object or we have either moved the mirror with respect to the object. Now we are taking an example in which we are moving both the mirror as well as the object. So let me just make some adjustment here. Okay. We are moving both the object as well as the mirror. Okay. So let's say this is an object which is moving in this direction at a speed of 10 meter per second, making an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. Okay. And we have simultaneously a mirror which is moving at an angle at a speed of 5 meter per second, making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. So we have to basically calculate here the velocity of the image. The velocity of the image, the velocity of the image. Okay, so now we will take, or we will resolve the components both parallelly and perpendicular to the surface. So let's say now velocity of image with respect to mirror, if we take the parallel components out here. Parallel components means, let's say this one and this one. This one and this one parallel to y axis. So this is basically parallel to, let's say we take it parallel to y axis. Okay, so we will have here this component and simultaneous, I am so sorry. We will have there the simultaneous y component here. Okay, so parallel to velocity of the image with respect to the mirror, parallel in the parallel component, parallel to y axis. So what will be this? This will be equal to velocity of object with respect to mirror along the parallel component. As we see that the mirror is placed along the y axis, so the movement of the object and the movement of the mirror, the both will have basically the velocity of the image with respect to the mirror along the parallel component to y axis will be equal. Okay, we have seen this. In the x component they will be reverse of each other, which means that here it will be a minus. So now velocity of image with respect to mirror, it means velocity of image minus velocity of mirror along the parallel component, velocity of object minus velocity of mirror along the parallel component. So obviously these two will get cancelled. So we have velocity of image along the parallel component minus velocity of mirror. Let's take this entire velocity along the parallel component is equal to velocity of object along the parallel component minus velocity of mirror along the parallel component. So obviously these two get cancelled, so velocity of image along the parallel component will be equal to velocity of object along the parallel component. Velocity of image along the parallel component will be equal to the velocity of the object along the parallel component. Okay, so what is the velocity of the image then? Velocity of image along the parallel component, obviously we will have velocity of object. Now look at the velocity of object along the parallel component. It will be 10 sine 60, and since it is moving along the positive direction of x, so this will be j cap. That will be 10 into under root 3 by 2 j cap, that is 5 under root 3 j cap. So velocity of image along the parallel component will be 5 under root 3 j cap. Okay, now let's come to the x component. Now velocity of image with respect to the mirror along the perpendicular component to the mirror, perpendicular to mirror. Okay, this will be equal to obviously minus of velocity of object with respect to mirror along the perpendicular component, because both will be moving towards each other or away from each other, whatever is applicable. Okay, so here both are moving towards each other, so this will be minus velocity of object with respect to mirror along the perpendicular component. So if I happen to complete this, velocity of image minus velocity of mirror along the perpendicular component, this will be minus of velocity of object minus velocity of mirror along the perpendicular component. So this will be velocity of image along the perpendicular component minus velocity of mirror along the perpendicular component minus velocity of object along the perpendicular component plus velocity of mirror. Obviously this minus and minus becomes plus. So here if we transfer this here, so this will be twice of velocity. Okay, so this will be twice of velocity of mirror with respect to the perpendicular component minus velocity of object with respect to the perpendicular component, velocity of image with respect to the perpendicular component. Okay, so what we have here is what is twice of velocity of image, twice of velocity of mirror, twice of velocity of mirror along the perpendicular component. Now understand this, this is the mirror, so along the perpendicular component it will be twice into 5 cos 30 degree, and it is moving along the minus x direction, so this will be minus I cap, twice into 5 cos 30 minus I cap minus velocity of object, that will be velocity of object, so that will be 10 cos 60 degrees, and this will be along the positive direction of x, so this will be plus. Okay, so this will be how much? This will be basically 10 into under root 3 under root 3 by 2 I cap minus 10 under root 3 by 2 I cap minus 10 into 1 by 2 I cap. So that's going to give us minus 5 under root 3 I cap minus 5 I cap. Okay, minus 5 I cap, and here we have a j cap here, so therefore this will be, if I take the minus 5 as common, minus 5 under root 3 plus 1 I cap. Okay, that will be the velocity of the image along the perpendicular component. So this is velocity of image along the perpendicular component, and this is the velocity of the image along the parallel component. So therefore velocity will be equal to, the velocity of the image will be equal to this plus this, that is minus 5 under root 3 plus 1 I cap plus 5 under root 3 j cap. This will be the velocity of the image. This is going to be the velocity of the image. So this was basically a problem in which we have figured out how the velocities are going to be comparable if both the mirror and the object are moving together. Okay.